Hello guys, today I want to show you one Eloquent feature which will help you to reduce your queries, maybe, or if you're not careful, it may actually increase the amount of your queries. So it's kind of two-sided feature, adding some automation, but with automation, be careful. So it's with property in Eloquent model, which would automatically load your relationships. Imagine a scenario, I have a demo project where nodes, projects, and clients are tied together with a relationship. So node belongs to a project, then project belongs to a client, so client belongs to relationship, and each client belongs to some status, so client status, active or inactive. So 3 layers of relationships, and if you want to load the client list, probably the query is something like this. You go client with status and get all the clients. Of course, we are smart and doing eager loading to avoid a lot of queries, right? But then you may think, maybe I would forget that with somewhere, so to protect myself, instead of doing with every time, let's make an assumption that clients always need to load with status. And then we can define it in the model like this. So with property, and then you can list all the relationship names that you want to load by default on any Eloquent query. So you save here, and then you don't need to do with here, you just do client all. Like this. Refresh the page, result shouldn't change, amount of queries shouldn't change, it's still 6 queries, so the query is getting the clients and then getting all the statuses with eager loading. So now anywhere someone does client all or client get, maybe your colleague somewhere, maybe another developer, they would always load with status. And that is pretty convenient until you have more models related to each other and more relationships. Let me show you the dangerous part. So let's dive deeper and go to Project Controller, so this menu item, and we'll load the project with client and with status, and that status actually is project status, another relationship. And we show client and we show project status. That is fine with eager loading. Now, if we take a look at the Laravel debug bar query list, we are also querying client statuses. Although it's not needed for this table, we're not calling client statuses here, we're calling only the project statuses. But that with statement, automatically project loads with client, and then client automatically loads with status. So not sure if you're following, I will recap. So if you're loading 3rd level Eloquent model with 2nd level model, and that 2nd level model has with defined in the model, then that with also coming automatically. And if we decide to use with in the project controller in a project model, for example, let's add a with here, with client. So every time the project loads with client, because probably you would think in all the project list you should show the client, now what happens? So we need to remove client here. Actually, let's add status here as well. And in project, we do project all. Again, nothing should change for now. Same 8 queries, and we're loading projects, then clients, client statuses, and project statuses, which is 1 query too much, but it could be okay. And now if we go 3rd level deep in nodes controller, so nodes here, right? We load node with project, and that's all we need. In node controller, it's node with project, but now see what happens. We're loading with project, we don't care about client statuses and all of that, but the queries. Select from nodes, select from projects, and then select from clients and select from client statuses. So now we have 2 additional SQL queries, although we didn't specifically call for them. And not only that, it's not only about the amount of queries, it's the amount of data that is being returned. Let's see. Let's do dd nodes here. Refresh the page. So we have items of nodes. Every node has relations, project, and then that project has relations to client, and then that client has relations to status. So see how much data is loaded only for one node. And that may be important if you're working with the API and return the JSON. So you may end up with 100 kilobytes of data returned from the API for every API call, and that may slow down the performance of your page, not only from the query perspective, performance, but also from the perspective of sending too much data from the API to the front end. That's it for this video. If you want more videos like this one, subscribe to the channel, and you can support this channel by doing one of 2 things. use our Laravel admin panel generator at quickadminpanel.com or enroll in one of my 12 courses at laraveldaily.teachable.com. See you guys in other videos.